let's start out here. I want you to introduce yourself and everyone in the audience who's tuned in right now. Let them know who you are.
Okay, I'm Norad. I am a hip hop artist. I am 24, about to be 25 in 6 more days. And yeah, I live in West Virginia. I've been making music for about 11 years. So that's about it for me.
Happy early birthday.
Hey, thanks, man.
So I first came across you looking on iTunes because I'm always trying to find a real hip hop sound. I
Okay.
saw that a project, Goodbye, which is dropped on all platforms,
Hmm.
Durand and you.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for that real hip hop sound. So when I started previewing the tracks, I'm like, this is hard. This is real hip hop. This is what we
Yeah.
need in the culture more of
Yeah.
instead of the nonsense that's out here right now. My favorite track off of the project is Better Days. That's
Okay.
just that beat just knocks.
Yeah. Well, my engineer Flown did all the engineering on the whole project, so he made that shit come to life, man. But yeah, that one and Pressure is my favorite one. So, but why do you like Better Days? If I can ask you that.
The beat, it just knocks.
The beat.
And it just not like something that makes you go like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
It just
feel it.
knocks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and the harmonizing in it. Now, who's doing the vocals on that? Was that Durand?
Yeah. Mhm. Yep. Yeah, he did the hook on that too. Yeah.
Yeah, but you brought the bars.
Yeah. Yeah. I tried, man. I tried. He killed it too, though, man.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
of course. Now, how did you guys link up?
Uh, it's funny because we linked up around 2018, and we linked up from a contest because we both entered the same contest. And I thought Durand was super dope, so I reached out to him because I wanted to work with him. And and then as time went, we actually worked on our first song. I think it was our first track for this collab for the Crown contest, and we entered that. And then we just been doing that ever since. Like we've been working together and stuff like that. So.
What was the first song that you guys created together? And it doesn't have to be off of this project, or was it off this project?
No, the first song. He's gonna have to correct me. He's gonna kill me if I'm wrong, but I think it was Breathe, if I remember correctly, because we were supposed to work on a track that my engineer Flown produced, but we never got to that. And then I hit him up for the contest, and we did a song called Breathe. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's the first one, but I could be wrong.
What was the song Breathe about?
Breathe was for me. Just being stuck in the environment that I'm in and watching a friend of mine that was really close to me go to prison for killing somebody else for no reason, for the drugs and stuff like that. And just being surrounded in that environment is really, devastating to watch. And that's just kind of like how I played off the song Breathe. Like, you gotta breathe.
I
Everything's
checked
out.
out I checked out your YouTube channel and all the prior tracks and previous track that you put up on that channel. Waves is my personal favorite. But
Oh, really?
yeah, one thing I noticed from all your music and all your songs is that it's your emotions pouring out into those songs. You
Yeah.
don't get that anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, not anymore, man. Not in the mainstream. We don't. Nobody. Everybody's trying to follow a trend.
That trend's gonna die out because if you look at Twitter, that trend is always changing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it seems like there's core fans that really love that type of stuff, but it seems like that type of like the stuff that me like I do, it doesn't sell as much as like somebody just rapping about nothing.
No,
It's crazy.
it's all politics. It's
Yeah.
all how much they're paying these DJs up at these radio stations to spin that nonsense.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not gonna sit up here and lie like I haven't talked to these dudes. I've talked to these guys. I've talked to these trap and drill rappers. They've been on my show.
Right.
But when I look at an artist like you, it's like why can't we give you the same attention?
That would be dope, man.
That's
I,
like
I appreciate that. I mean, that's dope coming from someone like you.
you know what I mean. But the thing with me, is I don't want people to get it messed up. I put the real hip hop and the MCs first. All that mumble and drill stuff that comes second.
Yeah. Like I said, everything has well, Flown actually told me this, and I've kind of used it as a guide myself. Is there's a time and place for everything, and that's just not my cup of tea. Like that's just not something I do. I enjoy writing my feelings and something I go through, and that's just me as an artist. Like I can't put myself in the shoes of somebody that's rich and has drugs and does all this fancy shit because I don't do that. I'd be fake. So that's just why I never do it.
It's the drug promotion and all the music nowadays is insane. Like you always had references in the '90s, of course, and music today, of course, for real hip hop. But the popping pills, it's the excesses of this. You know what I mean? It's too excessive.
Yeah, it's so easily driven to promote. Like there's no consequence for it. Like
Yeah, no.
people think it's cool. Like, oh, I really need to be on Xanaxes, like to be cool. It's crazy. It's insane. Dude.
Maybe that's why their music sucks because they're all on Xanax.
No, what did I say again? yeah, pretty much, man. I don't know how people. I don't know how people do it, man. Like, I guess I can understand like this type of songs being at like a party or something, but other than that, I don't know. I don't know how people take it literal. Like, it's wild to me. Like, I don't know, man. It's crazy.
But you've gotten great praise off of that project, Goodbye. I looked at the ratings on it. 5 stars, 72 ratings so far from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Nothing negative.
Yeah. Durand's been really pushing that, man. Like he's been pushing that project out to people, and people have been loving it. People have been really loving the project, which is super dope to hear, you know. And it feels good to be able to put out something like that for the both of us, and people respect the realness of it instead of having to follow something and put out, and people be like, "Yo, this is hard," but we're actually saying something, and they're like, "Yo, this is hard." And that's dope to me. So that's super dope.
What would you say is the fan favorite so far?
Pressure or Goodbye, for sure, for sure. I've heard a couple people like No Lies, and yeah, I think Pressure is definitely the one that touched a lot more people because it's just like feeling straight on the table, man. Like you can't deny it. It's one of those records you can't deny, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably the fan favorite.
Yeah, like I said, my favorite is Better Days.
Yeah.
And who was the producer again? Who did all the production on this? Because the whole project was just well put together.
I honestly I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look. It's on the CD because we put out CDs and we have it on the production credit. It should be on Spotify too, like the production.
That's the thing I don't like about the digital age either, because as a CD collector from when I was born, just having the physical copy means so much more because you know who's the executive producer.
Yes, absolutely. The engineers, the producers, like the people that actually bring it. Because an artist only writes the words and speaks, man, like raps. You know, without an engineer and a producer, the rapper ain't nothing. I mean, it's just a spoken word. So it sucks. But I love physical copies.
I do too.
So
I need a vinyl. You guys gonna put some vinyls together?
That would be dope. That would be fire. One day I want to be able to put out a record and go to the store and buy it. Like that would be super dope to me. Like, because when I was growing up, I never had like money to buy records.
Yeah.
I never went to buy records, and I always had to wait till they come out on like YouTube or something and listen to them. But like, I would love to be able to go out and just buy albums all day, vinyl records and stuff. That'd be super dope. So.
Yeah, I would definitely want to see that physical copy in the stores when I go to do my picking up a new records. So and it just piques my interest how you actually made physical copies for CDs. What was the process in getting those made?
Well, actually, Durand did all that. We basically just got a bunch of CDs made, and then he got it shipped to his place. And people that pre-ordered, we wrote their names down and then send it out to him. So he did all the sending and stuff. He did all the main work and stuff. I just kind of rapped on the project. So.
Now, I definitely want to ask you this question. I saw a lot of songs on your YouTube channel. When I look on iTunes, you tend to not put a lot of those songs out on mainstream platforms. What's the reason for that?
Wait, can you say that again? I couldn't.
Oh, you couldn't hear me? For some reason, I looked on the YouTube channel and I was trying to see if I could purchase some of those songs on mainstream platforms. How come they're not on mainstream platforms? You just like to keep everything on YouTube?
Okay, so when I was first like really going on YouTube, I would just download beats, and most of them was like had tags and stuff because I never
Okay.
did it to put out to buy. I just kind of put out because this is how I felt. And I just wanted people to hear what I had to say. And then it kind of bit me a little bit because now I want all the fan favorites that love my older songs. I don't have the copyrights to it to put out to buy or whatever. But now I do. I put all my stuff. I try to put every single out on my Spotify and my Apple Music and stuff like that. But yeah, that's why I never put it on major platforms. It's because I didn't want to put somebody else's work that I didn't buy out there.
Yeah, they'll sue you for it.
So. Yeah, they'll get a whole lot of money out of me. Let me tell you.
But that's what we need now. I think the game needs more of this. They need more bars from you. They need a lot out here. Just looking at the comments, just seeing from different people and listeners out there saying that you inspired them and they appreciate the message that you put in your music.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you as an artist, and how can you take that a step further, you think?
Yeah. Honestly, it's crazy because as an artist, at least for me, like you as the person, you don't feel like when I hear my own record, I'd be like, that's whatever to me. But like when somebody else hears and they're like, yo, this is like the greatest thing I've ever heard. Like you inspired me. Like, and I'm like, what? Like, I don't really think about it that way, But like when I listen to someone like Eminem, right? Yo, you inspired me. Like you made me want to be a better rapper. Like we don't see it like that as an artist. So it's really mind-boggling whenever I hear people say that or hit me up about that. But it definitely makes me want to keep improving, to be somebody that I can inspire other people to be better or to get into something that they want to do. So it's super dope, super dope.
As in the YouTube comments from all over the place, especially on Instagram, as another resource where people can find you on. Who are some people that you looked up to and inspired you, since you inspire other people?
Ooh. Like other rappers?
Yeah, other rappers.
Oh man, I have a lot, but obviously right? Um, 50 Cent, Lloyd Banks, um, Popson, uh, Logic. When he was first coming out with his mixtapes.
Oh, Young Sinatra, yeah.
Oh man, Undeniable. Like he was super fire, man. He's still fire.
He gets a lot of flack though.
Yeah, because he repeats the same things about the whatever.
Oh, the biracial.
Yeah. It's like, hey man, he's gonna write what he wants to write about. So, but yeah, there's a few. Big L for sure. Big L is fucking crazy. Pac, Big, Biggie. Dude, there's so many. Like Royce and Crooked Eye. Those are my top favorites. So, yeah, they're crazy.
The rappers that you mentioned are, rappers that represented in their era. Logic is still present. I want more content from him. I wish he would drop a whole lot more. These are all rappers that rapped and represented their era. Who's someone that you think represents the era we're living in right now?
Ooh, that's tough. It's really hard because I don't really listen to a whole lot of new music. So for me, it would probably be someone like A$AP Rocky or a Kendrick or J. Cole or yeah, that's someone I probably think would be most representative for our era. It's definitely Kendrick or Cole, probably. Yeah.
People always go to Kendrick and Cole. I always say this, they can step their game up because their past albums were good. I did not like Damn and I did not like KOD. Those albums were just mediocre to me.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of them at all. I was very disappointed when Damn came out. I kind of made the face that Kendrick's making on his cover of Damn, just like, damn, this is terrible. This is my opinion. It was so mainstream.
Yeah.
Like the Humble was playing every second on the radio.
Oh, it was everywhere.
Didn't like that song. Didn't like that
really?
song. Yeah, didn't like DNA. Didn't like. I mean, I was over it as soon as the song came out. Because anything that hits that mainstream spotlight, it's not a good song. It's only a good song after a while because these DJs and radio stations keep it on replay. They keep replaying and replaying it until, you know what, I gotta like that song.
Right, exactly. And also, he has the name for it too. Like, oh, this is Kendrick. We gotta play it. This is gonna bring us revenue, plays, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I can definitely see where you're going. Like me, I mean, honestly, man, I haven't really listened to a whole lot of albums. Like I don't, because the thing is for me personally, like listening to people fucks me up because I'll listen to something crazy and be like, oh fuck, like like damn, why didn't I do that shit? Like now I feel like I don't even want to rap no
Why
more.
didn't you spit that?
Yeah, like damn, I'm not that good. Fuck, I quit. Like you know what I mean? Like every time I hear like M or Crooked Eye or someone like crazy, I'm just man, like I shouldn't have listened to that shit. And yeah, the last thing I really listened to was Good Kid, Mad City. I think that was probably the last project I really listened to, like from front to back, and like listened to it, like or Swimming Pools. That was a good song.
Yeah, now that's a good album. That's my favorite album from Kendrick. That's really up there for top hip hop albums of the generation.
That's literally the like Marshall Mathers like LP.
Yeah. Now you put Good Kid, Mad City up against the Damn, and then you're gonna be like, damn was awful.
Literally.
He fell off. Like maybe he peaked, but To Pimp a Butterfly was alright in my opinion, but Damn was it was a disappointment.
Yeah.
Another rapper that you should look into if you're not tuned into him is Dave East. He tends to do some nasty stuff. He can do trap. He can do real hip hop.
Okay.
Yeah, he's someone you should definitely listen to. Hate Me Now is probably his best project in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look into him.
Yeah, Davey, he's out of Harlem. He's pretty good.
Yeah, I know of him, but I've never like digged into his work. So I'm definitely gonna have to try and look into his stuff.
Yeah.
See what he's up to.
No Sucker MCs.
Oh man. What's up?
I mean, I checked out that freestyle that you did. Was that a freestyle?
Well, that was written like.
That was written. Okay.
Yeah. It's for a contest. Yeah.
Blew me away.
Really?
Yeah, it blew me away. Just the delivery, the flow. You got the cockiness of a real MC. Do you tend to go by MC and then your name, or do you just drop the MC part most of the time? Because on the project, it was just your name.
See, that's funny you say that because I used to do – okay, originally I always went by Norad, but I couldn't get just Norad on YouTube or any other platform, so I just started just saying MC Norad. And for a while, I just said fucking stayed with it because, like, people knew me as that from YouTube. So I was like, whatever. And then people started saying Mick Norad. I'm like, oh my God, it's MC Norad. Like, how you say it? The C is in lowercase. It's MC, not Mick Norad. They're like, yo, when you go get that Mick double, boy? Like, oh man, my whole life is ruined. So like, yeah, I just dropped the MC on my platform, like Spotify and all that stuff. I did it on YouTube as well. I really can't do it on Instagram unless I, somehow magically blow up and like, hey, I want that name. But yeah, I just dropped that. I just like NORAD. So
NORAD. I'm telling you, I think you should go with MC NORAD. That's a throwback. Not everyone uses that anymore. That's like, the last time someone used that was in the 90s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It sucks too because like if people do older type beats like boom bap, there's people out there that literally hate on you because they're like, yo, this is so outdated. And you're like, bro, like, it's hard though. Like this, it has feeling to it and everything. It just blows my mind because people hate on older stuff.
I was looking at an artist promoted thing. I think that's how I found you too on Instagram. I saw your profile come up. You use promotions, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that's how I found you too as well. I saw another artist using promotions and he's doing some type of boom bap stuff. And I saw a comment on there and if I could punch that guy, I would. He was on there saying that, the music he's making, it's never going to make it in this generation. It's too old. It's too 90s. I don't believe in that.
Right. I don't either.
There's an audience for everything. It's got to get pushed out right. People got to respect the real hip hop. People got to respect the lyrics, the bars. That's where hip hop came from. That's actual artistry. The stuff that you hear on the radio is not art. It's food for the gram.
Right. Anybody can make a radio song. Well, not anybody, but yeah. Like, well, if people watch Sway in the morning, usually when he does the Five Fingers of Death or whatever, it's usually older hip hop beats.
Yeah.
Like, it's usually boom bap or shit like that. Like, it just blows my mind, man. Like how people are so people like that aren't open minded because I can listen to everything. I can listen to rock, dubstep, EDM, trap music, hip hop, whatever. If it fits my mood, I'm gonna listen to it.
Yeah.
But other people are like, oh no, that's a '90s beat. It's never gonna blow up. Like, it's just crazy. It's wow, man.
But here's the thing: that '90s beat will always be timeless compared to a trap beat.
Absolutely.
We're still listening to 1994 Nas's Illmatic today. That's never gonna go away.
Never, ever.
It's
Because
not gonna go away.
it's literally like one of the foundations of music. Like, and it has every inch of soul in every beat you can feel. Like, yeah, there's some trap beats out there that have soul in them, but it sounds like the same loop over and over. Like, there's no samples. Like, I don't know. I hate how like nobody respects the old school, man. Like, it
It's
sucks.
true though, and no, it's very true. But I'm trying to figure out a way we get this pushed back out into the mainstream. I put a lot of artists like you on my show. Old school hip hop artists have been on my
Yeah.
show. Just getting it pushed back out there to give you guys that spotlight you deserve. Because, like I said, all this trap music and drill music and whatever else that's out there is just food for the gram.
That's right. Like, that's all they listen to as well. Like, that's all they listen to.
Whatever's on World Star, that's always gonna pop.
Yeah, like actually, like the whole generation thing. I feel like the one person that's really taken it by storm or was recently was Travis Scott. Like, because everybody's doing his style. Like, I mean, that really reverby auto-tune sound. And I mean, like, don't get me wrong, he's dope. Like, I listen to his songs sometimes, like when I'm just chilling or whatever. But when people try to recreate that, it just blows my mind because you can tell the people that are inspired versus the people that are trying to make the money off of it, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's one of those things.
You brought up Travis Scott. Another artist I'm gonna bring up is Young Thug. Like when he came out, everyone started becoming a mumble rapper.
Oh man, he was everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's nowhere now though. Nobody cares now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what happens when you're a trend. You're gone. Next man in line.
yeah, you didn't inspire nobody. Like, you didn't change anything. Like, that's why Tupac is still talked about. Like, he changed the world, you know? Like that'll never go away. And that's where I want to do. Like, I want to change something. Like even if it ain't the whole world, like I want to change something. And that's why like I love music so much too, is because if I can change how somebody else thinks, maybe they're suicidal and you know they hear a song of mine, they're like, you know what, maybe I can kick through it the next day. That makes me feel like I changed somebody's life, so therefore I win, right? Like, you know, fuck the mainstream shit. I don't care. Like, as long as I change somebody's life, man, it's a win for me.
Yeah, I've seen many of those comments before. Like I said on the YouTube thing, I think you change more lives out here by your music alone. You get a lot of views on YouTube than some of these artists, these trap artists. Because what are they changing? Everyone sounds how good. That's a question I have for these guys. How do you inspire someone when you sound the same like the next man over?
Exactly. Like, well, when I first started rapping and really first started pushing my content, I kind of sounded a lot like Eminem because that's all I listened to forever. And then I started developing my own style, and I mean, you can hear the inspirations or whatever through it, but that's something that's very big because I remember I used to get a lot of hate on my older work, like, oh, you copycat, whatever. But then I started finding my own style and really putting my heart into it, and that changes everything. People just aren't putting themselves on the path, like out there in the world. It's scary because people can just shut you down so fast.
Especially with social media. Just
Yep.
We've seen a countless amount of time. You know, people are so opinionated on social media, and it starts everywhere. It starts with the cancel culture all the way to just being just everything out there. You know, you can't have your own opinion nowadays on anything. And
Nope.
and if you're trying to bring forward something different, like what you are doing,
Right.
people are either going to accept it or they're going to hate it. And the reason for it, they won't. What's their reason for hating it? They just don't like it. You know what I mean? They're just going to shut it down right away because, oh, it sounds old.
Right. Well, it's like I remember one track I posted on Instagram and I was advertising it, and it was a slower type beat, and it was a different flow pattern I usually do. And I mean, I still had a message in it, but I wasn't like triple rhyming and doing all this. I just wanted to talk about something. I just wanted to put the message clear. And this one guy commented and was like, yo, you sound super generic. I was like, oh my God. Because like he's called me generic, but didn't listen to any of my work. Like, he's like, you just sounded like the next ad that I've listened to before. And I'm just like, well then, I don't know what the hell you're listening to because I don't sound like any of this. So it's crazy.
Generic. Have they even turned on the radio?
That's what I'm saying, man. I was like, okay, so maybe, and it was actually Durand that told me this the other day that, because I usually just do automatic, the settings automatic and just throw it out there so it could reach anybody, trap artist, whatever. And maybe he was a different type of.
Yeah, he was probably a trap fan.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember going through his following. He followed Future, and I was like, okay.
Oh, all the clowns. All the clowns.
Yeah, I was like, whatever.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. At the same time, everyone just you can't listen to. That's what I mean. These people are closed-minded. You brought it up before. People say I'm closed-minded because I have a specific opinion on these new dudes that are out here. But I think they're more closed-minded because they're you call us hypocrites because we're both closed-minded at the end of the day.
Yep.
Because we like what we like and they like what they like.
Exactly. Like, just because I don't like it doesn't mean it's not good.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, well, I think it's horrible. I think because I'm an observer. Because I'll sit here and I could name like some trap artist who I think is pretty good.
Yeah.
But I mean, like when I sit down and compare it to someone like Big L or a real MC out there, it doesn't even meet the standards. They don't even match up with each other. That's why there's got to be subgenres. There's no subgenres because when you go to iTunes and you look at new releases under hip hop, they got everything under there. They got Future, Fat Joe, which it's two different sounds in my opinion.
Yeah. It's like comparing, like it's like comparing Biggie Smalls to Travis Scott or something. Like, it's two different realms. But like, now, do you not like trap music because of the beat or because of the lyrics?
Both.
What if you put Eminem on a trap beat with bars?
I hate it.
Hate it?
Yeah, I hate it. Because I listen to Eminem's new stuff, and in my opinion, I think it's horrible. Yeah. I don't know. It's gotten a lot of hate, and I think the reason why it's gotten so much negative reviews is because that's not him.
Yeah. Now, bar wise, it's insane.
I'm sure it is. Like, but when I'm listening to the sound, like when I'm listening, I can't grasp the bars because I'm too busy listening to the beat, and the beat's just horrible because it's a trap beat.
Yeah. No, I feel you 100%. Yeah, I'm with that with some songs as well. I miss, like, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't like fast trap beats. Like, I don't know. I don't like when things are everywhere. Like, I can't listen to it. I gotta hear like just like, for example, the Better Days track you listen to. It has the same rhythm. It has meaning. It, like, you can flow, and that's just my style. That's what I like. I'll probably do that forever. Like, before, when I'm 55, I'm gonna be rapping like that. Like, like, I know you gotta change it up as an artist, but I would never go out of my pocket, like, to where they're going, that don't sound like you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just the difference. So.
I think Eminem should just stick to his original sound like he's been doing since the beginning of time. Because when he switched up, this guy is.
Yeah. Well, he also had to relearn how to do everything again because he overdosed, messed everything up on himself. Yeah. So a lot of it is just fresh, and I mean, he's done everything. So it's like, what do I do now? Yeah.
I haven't liked an album since Recovery.
Yeah.
I thought Recovery was very solid, but after that, it's just like, what are we doing here? It's
right. Yeah. I mean, as for me, man, I mean, as a personal favorite, because I mean, that's the one he's the reason why I first started anyway. So like, I'm probably biased, but like, for me, everything's dope when he does it. Because I don't know, like, it's one of those things, when they're your favorite. It's like, now there's some songs that I'm like, I don't like the beat, but most of the time I'm like, yeah, this is fire. So.
What's Eminem's best album in your opinion?
Best album, probably the Eminem Show.
Okay, yeah.
Now if we're talking like, there's some songs on the Marshall Mathers LP that changed the world too, but like as far as like beats and like the delivery and the anger, the everything was just perfect in that album. That's my favorite album. My favorite for sure. Or Slim Shady LP. That's fire.
Yeah, that's.
I
Have you heard of his debut? Some people call it demo. Some people call it his first album, first mixtape, whatever. Infinite.
think so. Oh yeah. That's just fire.
Yeah,
It's crazy how that flopped though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's another great project that people should look into on YouTube because they have all the tracks on there.
Yeah.
3 a.m. is a great song. I think off of Relapse. That's one of my personal favorites. As I'm a big horror guy, and I'm gonna transition into this. On that No Sucker MC's freestyle or song, because you wrote it, I keep calling it a freestyle. You got a Silence of the Lambs reference.
Oh yeah, the movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a cold bar, I thought.
Yeah, it was fire. It was fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that your favorite horror movie?
Oh man. It's one of them. I haven't watched that movie in forever. But yeah, it's one of them. Texas Chainsaw Massacre was probably one of my favorites. That scarred the hell out of me when I was younger.
The original or the remake?
I think it was the remake. It was the one with the dudes running through the clothing or whatever, the
Oh, yeah,
cloth.
and he gets his leg, right? Saws his
Yeah,
leg.
that shit scarred me for life, dude. He put that salt up in his leg. Like, oh my god, dude. Yeah, that one. A lot of people say Scream, but Saw was another one of mine. Scarred me, dude. That was deep. That one's probably my favorite horror. The first one. That was a really good one. I really liked it. The twisted. It was a good twist in it. I love that.
The ending had a good twist.
Yeah, I love movies with like that twist that goes, oh my god, like you didn't think about it the whole time you was watching it.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And Scream. Scream was really good. Kind of. First movie.
Yeah.
Second movie was okay. So, then it went downhill. Rest of them was just
They're making a fifth one.
What is it?
They're making a fifth one.
Yeah, I seen that. They were supposed to try to bring that. What's his name? The one that the TV fell on. Forget his name. He died in the movie, I think. And when she was getting away from in the first movie, she was trying to get away from him or whatever. She dropped the TV on his face.
Oh yeah. Matthew Lillard. They're trying to bring him back, right?
Yeah, and they were saying like, how is he going to do that? Like, But yeah.
It'd be curious to see, but you know how Hollywood is. They'll bring anyone back. They'll write any storyline up to.
Yeah. Technically, the TV didn't kill him. Like.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. I don't know how they're gonna bring him back there.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
What are some? Getting back to your music, what are some of your personal favorite songs that you've done that you feel as though represent the artistry of yourself?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
It doesn't even have to be off the new project. It could be anything on YouTube.
Okay. I would probably say one of my favorites for me that represent me a lot, I think, is Reason, or Only Human, I think, because like I put a lot of my personal image on there because I always hated like myself. So like putting it out there was really tough to me, like as a person, because we don't really like to talk about ourselves, like our personal flaws that we don't like, that other people may not see, but we tend to like, it bothers us more. So like one of the parts was like the overbite thing, because I have like a little overbite, so like that was one of the personal things I put in the song, and that bugs me still to this day. But probably Only Human, or yeah, because it had like a lot of wordplay in it, a lot of feelings, emotions. So Only Human. Yeah, for sure.
Only Human.
Yeah.
You live in West Virginia. I'm not too familiar with the MCs in West Virginia or rappers in general besides you. Who are some other rappers that are from where you are?
Shit. There's really not that many rappers, man. Like, there's some that are up and coming, like trying to be rappers. And I'm not trying to hate on anybody. I'm not trying to discredit anybody, but I mean, they're just not music. Like they're not. You can tell they're still like trying to find themselves. For me, there's a guy here named Alex Jefferson. He's pretty decent, and I mean, that's the only one that I know of that actually makes good music. Other than that, there's not really much people around here. So yeah, which
Are you
is kind of
surprised?
yeah, because a lot of people like yeah, because a lot of people, you know, when you hear a West Virginia rapper, you're like, what the hell? Like that's a hillbilly like yeah, you know, like nobody like takes you serious. But it's just ironic that I said him because he was actually someone that didn't like me. Like I don't know if he still likes me or not, but you know, he used to like bash my music coming up and stuff. So it's ironic that I even mentioned him, but you know, truth is the truth. So.
And now it's time to bash him.
First of all, mother, no, I was playing.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's in the past stays in the past.
that's right, man.
That's how it should.
Grow from it.
That's how it should be.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
Try
So how
to.
long did it take you guys to create the project Goodbye? And then we get into the meaning of the title.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it didn't take us really that long because what happened was we were sending tracks back and forth, and I sent Durand, I think the track now, and I think I sent him another track. I can't remember, but he was like, "Yo, why don't we just make a project? Like, why don't we just put this in the project?" And we had a couple songs ready, and we were like, "Yo, let's just put this shit out in the project." So then we decided, like, okay, and then I mean, literally every song, like he would work on something and send it to me, and I was like, "Yo, this is fire." And then we'd finish it, and then I would do something, and send it to him. "Yo, this is fire." And then we literally did it within like a couple months, like if that. It went by so fast because everything was just clicking, like the whole song, everything was just clicking. So we just like, "Yo, let's run with that." And then the song "Opportunity," that was for, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it was for the collab for the crown contest. It was for a contest. So originally, so we just put that on the project. So it wasn't even originally wrote for the album. So then we just, put that on the project. So yeah, it didn't take long at all, actually. Super fast.
Now, this is one of the first duos that I've seen in a while. When we look at duos, we look back at Mobb Deep, Capone and Noriega,
Yep.
a couple other duos from the 90s.
Yeah.
This is a rare occasion that this is actually good music made from a duo. And I'm not talking about Ray Shremmer either, because I think they're just, I'm not talking about them. They're a terrible duo.
Bad Meets Evil.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Yeah.
But for you guys, is this the only time you guys are going to collaborate? Is this a permanent thing? Are you guys like a formed duo that you guys go on to create an album?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like that guy. Not playing. Yeah, probably. Yeah, dude. I mean, me and Durand are really close homies. So, which is it's pretty crazy how life works, man. Like I never really expected me and him to be really close. Like it was just because when I first like wanted to work with him, I was like, "Yo, you're dope. I just want to do a song with you," and then it turned it into a huge friendship. And I think we'll definitely be doing more projects and more. Albums and songs together. I mean, I've gotten a lot, and I've seen it in the comments that me and him complement each other really well, even though we both kind of have different styles in a certain way. But like, yeah, I think we're both definitely going to do more stuff together. So, yeah, definitely. I definitely want to do a big project with him sometime, like soon, like. Well, maybe not soon because it takes forever. But you definitely want to do a full-length album. That would be fire with like interludes and all that, like a huge storyline. I think that'd be fire. I think we could pull it off too. I think it'd be fire.
Yeah. From what I've seen so far, from the positive reviews that you got, I think it would go well.
Yeah, and I definitely listened to a couple negative feedbacks on it. Like I haven't really seen much negative feedback on it, but I remember somebody not liking No Lies. They didn't think it sounded good. They thought it was a mess and stuff like that, which I didn't think that because I thought it was fine.
Yeah, that person probably follows Future and everyone else.
It was actually uh, like there's not a radio show, but like there's live streams that people do that where they listen to music, like reactions and stuff. You send it in and they listen to it or whatever. And I sent it in thinking, hey man, he's gonna think this is dope. And he's like, yo, this sounds trash. I'm like, oh shit. Like, well, it is what it is. But I take that and I try to listen to why they don't like it and maybe apply it to the next song I do. But I just couldn't find myself agreeing with it. I thought it was fire. So
There's artists out there that are just like, I'm not going to listen to your feedback. I don't care, which I would probably do because I just like, I wouldn't even have time today to listen and just to what these clowns have to say about me.
yeah.
Do you feel as though it's important to take in the negative feedback and analyze it from an artist standpoint?
I wouldn't say the negative feedback, no. I would say constructive criticism, yes. But negative, like there's a difference between being negative to somebody and just bashing them.
Bashing would just be like, oh, you suck. You're never gonna. And then there's something like, oh, I think this could have been better.
Yeah, like constructive could be like for No Lies, for example. There's no reason to say that track was trash because it was dope. It had bars. It had a meaning. It had message. So you could have been like, yo, this shit was dope, but I didn't like how the beat sounded because of this. And that's constructive criticism. But instead, somebody going, nah, that's trash, dude. Like, I would say never listen to that, but listen to somebody that's maybe giving you their opinion. Don't mean you have to accept it, but I would definitely listen to it. And that's a hard thing for me to do. Like, if you know me, that's something hard for me because I'll look at something and I'll be like, damn, I'll be devastated from it because I'm like, shit, because I thought it was dope.
Yeah. How do you work through that as an artist? I'm curious, like some of these big artists, in the end, they probably don't even care because they got so much money they could just buy their way out of anything. And just
yeah, I'm a therapist or something.
Yeah, because music is very mental at the same time.
Absolutely.
So that could really mess with a person's artistry because it depends if you take it seriously or not. So when and it goes to the whole bullying thing. You don't know how your words can affect someone.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day. So as an artist who has gotten negative reviews, because everyone always gets negative reviews.
Yeah.
No one's perfect at the same time. How do you work through it?
Well, I stood on it for a long time. Probably a good day or two. But I talk to the people close to me, like my buddy Flown, my engineer Flown, or Durand. Like I'll tell them about it. Like I'll send them like, man, this guy said this or something, and they're like, dude, like whatever, right? Like it's nice to have somebody tell you, like, yo, it doesn't mean anything. Like it's one person out of 6,000 people or whatever, and then it makes you think, oh yeah, you're right, and you snap out of it. But if I don't do that, then I try to just tell myself like, well, all these other people think I'm dope, so he just doesn't like me. Because I mean, there's artists that I don't like, but 30 million people like them. So the difference is I just don't go on their channels and say, you suck. Like, So that's the difference. But yeah, it's a tough thing. It's really tough. And I don't know if there's really a way to get away from it. You kind of just take the hit and you feel like crap for a minute and then you kind of get right back into it because as an artist, you're always going to be sensitive. Tech Nine even said it in Fragile, like we're sensitive about our work because we're serious about it. It's like if you took somebody's painting that they've been working on for days and ripped it up, like you just crushed that man's painting and now he's sad, So because people don't understand, like maybe that was all their emotions and something they really went through and you just called them trash for no reason. Like, I just don't understand it, but it's tough to get through. It really is. It's a mental block. So that's why I try to not to read comments too much. I'll try to because it's hard because you kind of have to. You kind of have to coming up because you have to engage. You got to talk to everybody. But when you're scrolling through and you see that one comment like, bro, just quit. You're like, oh, I quit. Like it's tough. It's tough, man. It's tough. But yeah.
It's always important to just go through it,
Yeah. Just go through it, man. Take it in.
Yeah.
Take it in.
Because they're just a critic.
Exactly. Like you're going to get it regardless. Like you better learn to take it now before you blow up. Because when you blow up, oh, you're gonna cry. Like I couldn't imagine being, you know, a Logic-sized person and seeing all that hate. That would kill me, you know. But that's something you got to learn as a independent and coming up artist. That you know you're going to take a lot of jabs, you know. So you just got to be like, all right, well, you don't like me, that's cool, you know. Same thing within real life, you know.
Yeah. We're gonna get the album title after this question that I have for you. You said that many times you've seen comments and just heard from other people that you both of you and Durand
Right.
have two different styles. How would you describe both of your styles and why they work together so well?
Oh, good question. I think it's because we're both versatile, for one. Meaning like if it's a more upper type beat, I can speed it up. And if it's a slower type beat, he can come down. But he can also pick his pockets really well. Um, yeah, I think the reason why we work so well together is because of our presence. Like we just sound great together. Like the way we sound makes it sound connected. And I think just yeah, I don't know. That's what blows my mind. Like I don't know why it sounds so good, but it does. Like me, I'm more of like a like slower type rapper, and Durand like likes to chop a lot more than me. And I think we can fit into both realms when we need to, and I think that's what makes us sound so good together. So yeah, we just feed off of each other. I think that's what makes it sound good.
From your point of view and just looking at the game of music and hip hop from the beginning of time until now, like I mentioned before, we've had a lot of duos in the 90s and
Yeah.
early 2000s that have worked out. How come duos have died out?
Good question, man. I think duos died out maybe, for my opinion, probably because it's not about collabing anymore. It's not about, you know, trying to maybe not even come up together. Like me and Durand coming up together, right? Like, and we both find each other really dope and we want to work and we want to experiment and make songs and make a message because, you know, having somebody there is better than being by yourself sometimes, you know? And I think people don't, I think it's too easy to put yourself out there and explode. You know, you don't have to work with anybody. You don't have to learn this guy's, you know, you can't learn off this person because it don't matter. It don't matter. Like, you can do whatever you want and blow up. And I think people lost that sense of like trying to like provide a story with somebody else. Like I think duo rapping is fire. Like I think it's dope to hear two different people at once. Like what he has to say, and then he says that, but in a different way. And I think that's dope. But not many people care for it. They just don't care. It just died out, man. They don't care about it. Sucks.
You could be bringing it back.
Trying to.
I
Trying to, yeah.
think it's unique. Because you
so?
don't see that. That's what I said, because you don't see that nowadays. Like, we think of duos, we think of Mobb Deep, we think of Outkast, we think of Capone and Noriega. I mean, we can go on and on. Cool G Rap and DJ Polo, and just even further than that, going back.
I think another reason that duos or a group in general don't really do it anymore is because a lot of people get overshadowed by one favorite, right? Like if that one favorite is the whole group, nobody cares as much about the rest of the group. And like for example, D12, I loved them back in the day, but all anybody really cared about was Eminem. So everybody else got, you know, overshadowed. And I think a lot of people don't want to do that type of stuff because they're afraid, well, this guy might overshadow me or something. I mean, that's a possibility, but like, cause I mean, like Mobb Deep, they, you know, you love both of them.
Yeah, Havoc and Prodigy.
Yeah, you love both of them, and that's rare for that to happen. So it has to be a unique thing for it to work. Like, you know, yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough, man.
the the time has come now for the album title. You guys are probably going through a lot of titles and selection just for this album, your first project together. Why did this one suit this project?
So we kind of bounced ideas back and forth for a while on titles, and Goodbye. Uh, I don't want to speak as much for him because his feelings were a little bit different than mine for the title. But when we had to came up with the title, we both agreed on it because of our own experiences. And for me, it was like goodbye for like the past of me and everything I talked about, everything that I'm going through, I wanted to kill it off, right? Like, and a lot of it also, we were talking about, like we wanted to die because of this shit we're going through. Like we were tired of it. Goodbye, we're done. Tired of it. We're getting through it. You know, and there's a lot of meanings for the title, and that's why we really stuck with it because we felt like that one specifically spoke for both of us. Like at the time, like it still does. Like it's tough to break through, when you have a lot of bills due and child support and just a bunch of things, man. And it gets tiring not being seen. You put hard work into this for years and years and years, and you're struggling and struggling, and sometimes you feel like you just want to say goodbye to the world. So that's a lot of that came into play with that for me as well. So I think that's why we picked the title for that one, for the project. Also because of the songs complemented it as well, I think.
Yeah, I think, like I said, you guys got great chemistry. You're very complimentary with each other, which I said it's unique. You guys can form a duo. I think that could work
Thank
and
you.
be blown up even more, like something like Mobb Deep
Yeah.
in this day and age or something. You guys, and it's different. It's not like Mobb Deep. It's still different at the same time,
Yeah.
which is why it can work. It's not Ray Shremmer where they just both sound the same and they're horrible. It's something new. It's something new.
Yeah. It's refreshing
Yeah.
to hear us both on the record. And I think also the reason I like working with Durand is he makes me want to push the pen a little harder as well. He makes me want to, like, when I hear something, when he sends me something, it's like crazy. I'm like, oh shit, like, now I gotta come harder, or whatever. Like, it makes me want to be a better artist, like genuinely, like not even trying to top him or whatever. It just makes me want to be a better artist, and it has ever since we worked on our first song, Breathe, which was I think 2 years ago. We've grown a lot from that song, and so in general, I think feeding off each other is really what makes us unique as well. So
Now, are there any struggles that you guys have gone through in making an album? What are some things that you may bump heads when you have collaborators?
oh man. All right, well, Durand, I respect him for it as well. He's super honest, but there's things that if he doesn't like something, he'll tell you straight up. Like, if I send him something, there's a hook on it, he'll be like, nah, that hook's trash. Like, he'll say that. And I respect that. And that's what I love about Durand, because he's telling me before I put that out there in the world, not as an artist, not as a hater, as somebody that goes, dog, that just doesn't sound good. And Flown does the same thing. And I think that's important for an artist to surround themselves with people that are really going to tell you the truth. And he's not a yes man. And I think that's where we bumped heads a little bit, not because of that specifically, but I would like something. And he was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm like, oh, what means fire, dude? Like, and that's where we kind of bumped heads with hooks, especially. But he does make better hooks than I do. And so, yeah, that's where we bumped heads at, I think, the most. Or beat choosing. There's some beats that I really mess with that he didn't like. So, but other than that, I think everything's pretty solid. So, yeah, everything else pretty solid.
All right. And this could be probably my last question before I get to my whole sports segment. We'll get into that.
Okay.
How old are you right now? You said at the beginning, 24, right?
Yeah, 24.
24, you're going to turn 25 in a couple days.
Yeah.
What age did you start?
Age I start, see, probably 13.
You
12,
started 13.
13. Yeah.
Artists still have time to grow from no matter what age they are. What do you feel as though you can do better in a few years, or you can grow on into being the best artist you can be? Your full
Hmm.
potential.
Probably, again, probably hooks. Because for me, I have the story messaging down. Like I can tell a story, but a hook really grabs it all and puts it together. And I think if I could learn to sing or something, like not even sing, but just have a nice vocals for hooks. I think like I can do hooks like on boom bap stuff, but when it comes to like actual different type of beats, it's really hard for me to do that. And I would love to be better at that because I think that would make me even a better artist than I am now. Being able to make a really good solid hook that's catchy in a good way. So
All right,
that'd be my.
now we get into sports because
Oh
I
yeah.
wrote a sports show here. Okay, so you're from West Virginia. Do you go by region of the teams you root for, or are you just like teams from all over the place? Who are some of the teams that you root for?
Are we talking about like
Yeah,
college or
yeah. Well, let's go professional. So we got NFL, NBA, MLB.
okay. Well, to be honest, I only watch football mostly, but I really dived out of a lot of sports stuff um, the last few years. But Broncos is my favorite team for NFL. But I don't really NBA. I don't really watch, but for me it was Kobe, so probably Lakers for NBA. I don't watch baseball at all, like at all. I used to
Yeah.
play it. But I don't watch it. It's boring to me.
I don't blame you.
It's
I mean,
like golf, man.
I like baseball. I like watching it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't mind it. For football now, what was it like seeing your team win the Super Bowl against the Carolina Panthers?
Carolina Panthers. Yeah. See, it's always good because uh, when I started liking the Broncos, well, mainly I started getting the Broncos because of my dad, right? Because that's what he likes. And John Elway was his favorite quarterback. And as I was growing up, that's who I kind of liked the most, and Terrell Davis. And I usually watch games with him. So seeing his excitement excites me. So like anytime we win or definitely a Super Bowl, it's like it just feels good. Like it just feels good to see the team win just because of my dad. It's weird, but it's just how it is. Like this for me. Yeah.
Who's your favorite Bronco of all time?
Favorite Bronco?
Yeah,
Like player?
yeah.
Um, probably either Romanowski before he went to Raiders. I don't know where he's at now, or Terrell Davis because I used to be a running back. So definitely Terrell Davis, probably.
Number 30.
Yep. I used to have a picture. It's not in this room, but I still have it framed. It's probably in my box in another room, but um, yeah, he was my favorite running back.
What was your if you could think back? What was your favorite game that you saw Terrell Davis play?
Oh man. Oh, that's tough, man, because it was when I was really young. Uh, was it? I can't remember if it was against the Packers or not. It was, yeah, I can't remember. It was well, actually, my favorite play is not Terrell Davis though, but John Elway is when he was running to the end zone, and he dove and he got spinned around into the end zone. That's probably my favorite like play ever for the Broncos. But I can't remember for Terrell Davis, honestly, like to be truthful. But for John Elway, that would be that one.
Are you tuned into what they've been doing in the off season? As much as the off season we have with the whole coronavirus and everything.
Yeah, coronavirus messed everything up. But honestly, nah, I haven't dug into any of the sports stuff because, um, well, obviously working on this album and stuff, try not to distract myself too much. But Broncos just went downhill, man. Like I was like, I'm done watching this because, dude, the quarterback was terrible, and like the whole team just kind of slunk down, and I just didn't feel like watching my team get smothered. So I was like, whatever, I'm done until they pick it up, dude. Which is ironic because John Elway was the one of the coaches, I believe, or he became one of the executive coaches.
Yeah, he's the GM.
Yeah. So you figure like, yo, get somebody to fix this. Like, what are you doing? Like, yeah. But yeah, I don't really watch too much sports, man. I kind of just make music and play games. That's about it. I just like get on my game, just chill.
Yeah. MCing's your sport.
What is it? Yeah, exactly. MCing. Yeah. Or I watch a lot of documentaries, or I watch random crap, dude, all the time. Like, I'll be seeing a Durand, something random. It's just like, what is this? Or flowing, I send them random shit all the time. I'm interested in watching different things. Like the other day, I was watching the top, I think 15 or 10 abandoned cities in the world. I don't know why I was watching it, but it's just interesting to me to watch random stuff. So that's me, just watching random stuff.
Or if you can remember from that video, what were the top abandoned cities?
Oh God! See, this is where you screwed me over because it's like there's weird long names that I don't remember, but one of them was China, actually, and something about 1974, and they rebuilt this thing, and every city or every building is the same, and it blew my mind. Like seeing it still exists right now. It's so weird. Like the town but it's really pretty, but every building is the same. It's weird, like so weird. Like the whole town looks the same. I was like, this got to be fake. It's not. It's
a nuke town.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly, dude. Nuketown.
Yeah, who knows? Anything else you want to get out on the show tonight? Now's your time. Anything else? The album Goodbye is on all digital platforms. Make sure you go stream it, download it, whatever to support it.
That. We're actually about to drop a video for Pressure soon. After I get my part finished up on the video side. Yeah, go grab the album. It's super dope. Go check out the YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to, Flown for engineering it. Shout out to Durand. Shout outs to my homie 40. Shout outs to my friend Teddy. He's always helped me out in real life shit, So shout outs to them, man. They've been really holding me down for a long time. So shout outs to them. And that's pretty much it. Hope I ain't forgetting nobody. Shout out to my dad, my mom, my sister, my nieces. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
Yeah, I think you got everything covered. I want to thank you for coming on the show here tonight.
Thank you for having me, man. It's
an
honor, for real. Like, seeing all the people you've had on your show, like, I was going through that stuff, and super dope to even want to bring me on something like this. So, I appreciate you letting me come on here and share my music to the world, to your fans and stuff. So.
No doubt. I'm gonna get this posted on YouTube, on my Instagram, and anything. What clip? I like to ask artists what clip that they want me to post on Instagram that you feel as though speaks for the whole interview that people can go check it out. What do you feel most comfortable with?
Probably either the one where I was talking about the only human part or Pressure. Either of those would be fine.
All right.
When I'm actually going in depth with the songs, which would be dope. Either of those would be fun. Honestly, whatever works for me, man. I mean, it's cool with me. I'm fine with anything.
All right.
I'm comfortable with anything now.
All right, yeah, because it's always important to for artists, if they want something posted specifically on there, I'll get it done for you.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be dope.
All right. Now let everyone know where they can follow you on Instagram and Twitter, social media.
Okay. So Twitter, it's at MC Norad, which is MCNORAD. And then Instagram, I should probably change that. It's MC Norad, which is EMCEE Norad. And Facebook is The Real MC Norad with the MC. And am I forgetting anything else? YouTube at MC Norad, which is MC. And that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. They gotta hit that subscribe button on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, hit that subscribe button, man. Bring those subscribers up. Hit the bell button, man. What are you doing? Quit fooling around.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right,
yeah.
Norad, I'm gonna let you go. Stay
All right,
safe
man.
out here with everything, the COVID-19 and
Too, man.
yeah,
Hope everything's good over there.
yeah. I
Where you live
appreciate it.
at?
I'm in Connecticut.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. I remember seeing that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in CT, but my station's run out of New York, so they got me running out of my home studio here. But
I was gonna say I had a question for you. I seen on your site where you were doing like inside an actual station thing. It looked like at the school or something.
yeah.
You still do that, or what happened, or what are you doing? You don't do that no more?
No, because they sent us home because of the whole coronavirus. Because I
Right.
was running my show out of my college radio, so they sent
Oh,
us home as soon as COVID-19 broke out. They shut the campus down. Everything got shut down. So
right.
I had to figure out a way I could run my show from my home because I got too many guests that come. I got too many bookings and everything. It's just like
Yeah.
the show couldn't stop and it won't stop.
So whenever they open it back up, you going back over?
Yeah,
That's awesome, man. Hell yeah, that'd be dope.
yeah. You gotta come to New York one time,
Dude, I would love to. I'd love to. My dad's been there. He said it's crowded.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Yeah, I would be lost, dude. Like I would have to fly and be drove because I wouldn't know where I'm going or anything like that. Like, I'd be so lost, dude. I have the biggest phobia of like not really phobia, but I hate being around a lot of people at once. Like around me, I should say. But like, yeah, I'd be lost, dude. That's my biggest fear is getting lost in the middle of nowhere, not knowing where to go. Like, that's scary.
It's scary, especially the subways. Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, dude. Like, I ain't trying to get murdered right now, man.
Yeah. Or you don't even know. Well, the thing is too, you don't even know where you're going on those subways either. Like the New Yorkers, they know it by heart because I'm from Connecticut. So when I go on the subways, I'm just like, I gotta go with someone who knows the subway system in
Right.
and out. Because if I don't,
So do you have to go back to New York?
yeah, I gotta go back to New York eventually. But it's whenever COVID clears up.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely have to keep in touch, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you back on the gram too. I'm gonna get you
Okay.
back. Yeah, so
Okay.
we'll be in touch. Send me any music that you want because I started my own radio station on Live 365, so I'm still keeping my music playing with everything for my artists.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I have a. Does it have to be censored for the radio or?
no, it doesn't. It helps out because I could push it more. But if it
Okay.
isn't, I'll still push it on my station.
Okay. Yeah, I just didn't know because I was gonna have my engineer to maybe take out some stuff. That way you can push it if you wanted to anywhere else or whatever.
Yeah, I could do that.
Because I have a specific song, Grave. I don't know if you've heard it yet, but it's one of my newer tracks. But
It's on YouTube, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's got a grave on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the artwork. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that I'm probably gonna be pushing the most. My solo track, I mean, because I want to do a video for it, and I really want to push that one more. So that's something I'm probably gonna do. But yeah, just wanted to see like how that works. So thought I'd ask.
Yeah, shoot that to my email. Shoot that to my email, and I'll get that in the rotation for you.
Okay, dope. Yeah, I definitely will, man. I appreciate you still like hit me up, man. Super honored, and thankful that you brought me on here, man.
Yeah, no doubt. Anytime, we'll be in touch. Keep making the dope music. Stay true to yourself. That's the main thing. There's a lot of fakes out here
Absolutely.
chasing the money,
But see, people like you are the reason why people that keeps people like me wanting to stay, true. Because when you're true to your art and spilling your own emotions, and it doesn't get nowhere, you feel like maybe I need to do this. But when you do stuff like this, it makes me like artists like me go, okay, maybe I am doing something right. Like, so that's super dope, man. Again, I appreciate you, and I hope to talk to you soon again. So,
no doubt, no doubt. All right, stay safe out there. Thanks once again.
hey, man.
Be in touch.
Hey, thanks, brother. Peace.
Yeah, peace.